The sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Mike the Bulldog Bianchi's sports page brought to you by Kaufman and Lind Injury Attorneys. Hey, Bulldog, don't look now. Magic have reeled off 3 wins in a row.
That's right. The Franz, he scores a season-high 32 last night. Didn't even play in the fourth quarter, by the way. His brother Mo came off the bench to score 18. The Magic destroyed the Hornets 114-89. As you mentioned, that's their third straight win. Jalen Suggs, by the way, started the game, hit his first 7 shots, including 3 3-pointers. He had 17 last night. By the way, did you guys know that last night was the opening round of the Group A play for the NBA Cup, the early season tournament?
I must have missed that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to that still. I don't.
Yeah, you're right. The Magic are red hot. They lost those 5 games on the road, 5 straight. Now they've won 3 straight at home by 27, 27, and 25 points. So they seem to be figuring out how to play without Paolo and Wendell Carter Jr. Hopefully those guys will be back soon. But yeah, I'm pumped up about the Magic.
And then another one tonight at home, Indiana in town.
That's right. Indiana coming to town. Maybe they can make it 4 straight. Speaking of basketball in the city of Orlando, UCF, they're off to a 3-0 start. They beat FAU last night 100-94. That's the first time UCF has scored 100 points or more in regulation under Coach Johnny Dawkins. The Knights, of course, beat number 13 ranked Texas A&M in the opener. They've received top 25 votes. UCF, now a basketball school, guys. I know you guys are UCF alums. Are you guys ready to jump on the UCF basketball bandwagon?
Well, we're 3 games in.
I might go shoot baskets in the reflection pond. Just out there, the dean's going to walk by and go, "What's this guy doing out here? He looks semi-homeless, and I'm just throwing hoops." I'm going to go, "I'm all about the basketball, sir."
Do they have hoops set up there now by the reflecting
No,
pond?
I'm just going to be throwing balls into it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Were you at the Spirit Splash this year?
I'm banned.
Okay.
I'm banned.
He thought it was skinny dipping.
Do you remember the time? No, honestly, though, do you remember the time that I hosted that, Pat? If you remember, I hosted, it was like one of the first ones they did
20 years ago.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And Dr. Hit's up there, dog, and I'm sitting there, and I go, "Hey, what's going on? I'm Taco Bob." I go, "What did I say? I'm a lummer? Alumna or something?" And Dr. Hit, something just, that did not shine well. And Dr. Hit just kind of looked and goes, "Who is this guy? And get him off the stage, please."
By the way, speaking of basketball, did you see what Eric Spoelstra did last night of the Heat?
What did he do?
So they're it's 1.1 seconds in overtime. All right.
Yeah.
He calls a timeout. All right. One problem: they didn't have any timeouts.
Well, what happens there?
They lose.
Gets a technical foul.
Oh.
Gets a technical foul. The Pistons go to the free throw line, hit the tie-breaking free throw, win the game because of Eric Spoelstra.
Coaching error.
Boneheaded mistake.
Coaching error.
One of the great coaches in the NBA makes a boneheaded error last night. He was just beating himself up last night after the game. So, yeah. College football playoff latest rankings are out. Oregon remains number 1, followed by Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, and number 5, Indiana. Then the rest of the top 12, BYU, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Miami, Alabama, Ole Miss, and Georgia round out the top 12. Miami's first loss to Georgia Tech, that dropped them to number 9 in the poll. They cannot afford to lose again, obviously. If they win the rest of their games, which they should, I think they have Syracuse and Wake Forest left, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct.
They should win those games. That'll put them in the ACC championship game. And they're going to have to win the ACC championship to get into the playoff because they have no victories over ranked teams. So they're going to have to win the
Dude,
ACC title.
I tell you what, if that ACC championship ends up being Miami and SMU, Rhett Lashley, former offensive coordinator with the Canes, who's taken his wide open system to SMU, and their offense is potent. That could be a crazy game.
Absolutely, it could.
SMU's got all that money, man, to be NILing.
So, NFL news. Looks like Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars are thinking about shutting him down for the season. He's got a ACL joint injury in his non-throwing shoulder. So if they shut him down for the season, they're essentially waving the white flag saying, hey, we're going to start tanking now for a draft pick. Because they're 2-8 right now. The season looks lost. We'll see what happens there. Speaking of quarterbacks being shut down, Dak Prescott out for the rest of the season for the Dallas Cowboys. He suffered a serious hamstring injury a couple of weeks ago. I guess the hamstring actually came off the bone, so it's going to have so he's going to have some sort of surgery for that, so he's out for the season.
I just choked on spit when he said that. I saw that play on McAfee show, and he said that he is. I think it's separated from the bone. Oh God, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Bulldog, what's your thoughts on this fight Friday night?
The fight?
Yeah.
What fight are you talking about?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, that. You talking about this trash sports fight?
You don't have interest in this?
No.
Really?
Not at all.
Pat, I think
it's trash sport.
I think it's going to be staged. I think it's going to be a joke.
You've got an over-the-hill. How old's Tyson?
58.
58 years old against a
28-year-old, I think, yeah.
A social media star?
Yeah.
Is that what is that what sports has become? Okay. This is what it is interesting everybody. That should tell you about the sport of boxing right there.
Wow. Okay.
You're interested in it.
I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Lynch, I thought you were a serious sports fan.
What time is it on?
It'll be late.
Yeah.
It's going to be late on Netflix Friday. All right, I thought I'd throw that one out there. Boy, did that Australian boomerang back in my face.
That was a fwang.
All right. Mike the Bulldog Bianchi, host of Open Mic on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game. And he takes time out of his busy show each morning to join us here for the sports page on JRR, brought to you by Kaufman and Lind.
By the way, there's an old-timers baseball game you might want to go to this weekend as well.
I don't even go to new-timers baseball games.
You can listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Kaufman every Saturday morning on FM 96.9. The game 7:30. The show starts. You can catch extended versions on your favorite streaming platform.
Check out